So how do we change it? How are we able to get access to our strawman account? I've discussed the truth about birth certificate, went into the social security number, talked about student loan debt, broke down definitions that they use to trick you into giving them access of your money. Well, let's get straight into it. In order to separate your real self from this fictional straw man in this fictional world and reclaim you as being a natural living person, the first thing you want to do is fill out a non-negotiable chargeback and a non-negotiable bill of exchange. And you send it to the United States Secretary of Treasury with a copy of your birth certificate, which is the evidence or MCO of the straw man. And by doing this, we would discharge ourselves and release us from the public debt. Now, I haven't been able to really get into the whole idea of public debt because of so many different comments like these, and I just want to get this out the way real quick. But it goes further into how they tricked you that you have to pay off all these imaginary debts. And those debts, obligations, and liabilities of that straw man is not released from that real man. See, because they only exist in the commercial world or the fictional world as book entries. And property of that man must be tax exempt and free of levy. And that's in accordance of HJR-192. And you can pause and screenshot and read this, or you can look up the executive order yourself. So by sending this non-negotiable chargeback and bill of exchange, and that gives us access to our TDR or Treasury Direct Account. Now let's go to Title 26 of the United States Code, Section 163. This is H3B2. And this talks about the $1 million limit. And I quote, it says, the aggregate amount treated as acquisition indebtedness for any period shall not exceed $1 million or $500,000 in the case of a married individual filing for a separate return. This $1 million limitation is your account for your straw man, and is there for the purpose of book entries to move figures or digits from one side of the ledger to the other side, one side to the other side. The people that control our straw man account are always making transfers one side to the other side, because without doing it, the straw man account dies, in a sense. Well, we can actually, instead of going back and forth, cancel out these middlemen and actually be in control of our account. And when dealing with commerce, we got to use what commerce does. We use the Uniform Commercial Code, or the UCC-1. See, that contract is one contract that cannot be broken all across the globe because it's the foundation of the accepted for value process. And by filing the UCC-1 financing statement, we become the holder in due course of the straw man. And this gives us virtual ownership of the government entity. But in the age of the blockchain, and in recent times, the talks about them making a central bank digital currency, once they finally announce that currency, it'll be checkmate.